First of all, I would like to thank Himalai and also you for showing this consideration and honor to me. Thank you all. How was the weekend? Was it fine? See, as I talk, I want you to relax, come back to an informal state of mind, and I would like to share some things with you, which primarily will be about this exam, but which goes beyond the realm of subjects preparation. Okay? Because I'm sure you have a lot of good sources which can give you the subject-wise knowledge. No matter how big or small the action is, we should be clear with why we are doing that. So this is the first step towards any objective, and this applies to even this exams preparation. And even coming beyond this exams preparation, one thing what I have understood is, right from the days when we begin our schooling, there is a lot of distortion. Distortion in the sense that we are readily given what is good, what is bad, what is the right way, what is the wrong way. Right from the childhood, this distortion, or another word, conditioning, begins. And you are forced to think in a way. And this, over long years of growing up, freezes our thought in a particular orientation. And many times, not always, this thought process might not be the best way to think about. So first thing is, before you look at anything, just make sure that you are rational and not biased already. Don't readily accept that this is the way or this is not the way which someone else tells you. Each one of us has to seek out what is the best way out. And the first step towards this search is to be with an open mind. And as far this exam is concerned, I have seen that, and I myself had an opinion that this is something like an exam, and this has to be cracked, and everything else comes after this. So this, I see most of the candidates with a lot of seriousness have a perception that this is an exam and it has to be cracked at all costs. And the focus is entirely upon cracking the exam with books in front of you. And this is the first place where we miss, or where we forge ourselves into a particular way, blocking out all the other realities. So the first thing I would say is, do not look at this exam or any other particular task in such a narrow perspective. Have an open mind. And see, just like, say, when you plan a trek or when you plan a hike, you have certain objectives, but you do not go with very accurate milestones. You cannot plan that, say, after 2 kilometers into the trek, there will be a banyan tree and I'll get mineral water there. Right? And after that, you cannot plan that, say, after 2 hours into the trek, there will be a stream of water where I'll get fresh with a bath. You can't plan like that. But that doesn't mean you do not have objectives. You definitely have an objective that, yes, you have to reach the peak. You have to reach the summit. With that objective, you start your hike, and then you adjust yourself according to whatever comes along, and finally you make sure that you reach the summit. A similar approach to this exam, I would say, is very necessary. Don't restrict yourself entirely focusing on this exam as the one and the most important thing of your life. Relax, be calm is the first step. Okay? And when you're thinking about this exam, there are two completely different but related and equally important aspects. One is the subject-wise preparation, which is often talked, discussed, guided, opinions given on that. This is the part which is directly visible, the important part, which is hardly talked about, and where there is a lot of distortion is the sphere outside your studies. I mean, the role of your friends, family, your perception towards other things, everything else apart from the studies, whether you realize it or not, has an important bearing on your performance in this exam also. I mean to say, to be more explicit, what is your attitude towards your family and how your family reacts to your objectives, what kind of a friend circle you have, what is your perception towards things around you, everything is equally important. If these issues are not addressed and the focus is entirely upon subjects preparation, I opine that success rate will be very low and not a balanced way of approaching any objective for a person. So set your priorities very clearly. Try to balance between all the spheres of life. Never prioritize anything as the most important thing. Just have the approach of or the mindset of a person who is on a hiking. You know what your objective is, but do not set yourself solid timelines, because many times things don't turn up the way we plan them. So having perseverance and a relaxed state of mind, a calm mind, will really take you a long way. So never set yourself specific timelines like this year I'm going to crack it, next year I'm going to be administrator, or don't go by such precise objectives because hardly they work. So have an open mindset, relax, calm down. This is not the only aspect of life. Calm down, but give your best shot at whatever you do. So this broadly I wanted to share with you. And as for the subject-wise preparation, probably we can talk about it after some time. And this was just the gist of what I wanted to talk to you. If you have anything to ask, you can definitely revert. And I would like to give my opinion on them. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Himalai. To talk? Any of you? Yeah.
So first of all, I'd like to thank you very much for coming and sharing your views with us. Sir, I have a question. Sir, what would be the best approach, or at least a rough guideline to go and sit for the interviews?
How to start the preparation?
Things we should do. Like I would like to know things we should not do while the course of our preparation.
Next. That's all, no?
Just relax and think of, if at all you have any queries, just have them in your mind. Now Pawan would take the mic. All your questions would be answered. We'll have an interactive session after a couple of minutes. Is that fine? But please feel free to talk, because the entire objective of having this is to benefit you. And if that is not served, the main purpose is lost. Okay? So you people are the focus here. So just feel free, talk about whatever you want to, and make sure this is a success in that regard. Okay? Yeah, thank you.